oh, this is like almost perfect. So I'm gonna be looking both ways. Let me tell you what's going on. So I'm shooting a video on Facebook Live here and YouTube here. I guess I should send a link to everybody that I'm talking. So if you want to see on one or the other, I'm not gonna do this. This is, of course, you're not thinking of it. So I was just trying to get this thing together and be like, oh, where's everything? So, oh, there's a link. Oh, I can share it. So I'm sharing the YouTube link on YouTube because I know some of you have been wondering, like, wait, what's going on with Lewis? What's going on? Has he been gone? I guess it's weird you're gonna sell on Facebook, even though you're gonna see me on Facebook. But I'm gonna type in here, just in case you, well, okay, so you would like to watch on YouTube. Yes, I am not a great typist. I did okay in school. Yes, I said just do what I say. Yeah, you put this post in, boom. So a lot of you have been like, oh, what's he doing? What's going on? What's going on with you? I'm like, oh, a lot of stuff's been going on. I've been very kind of busy. I've been like kind of busy. And I guess you can ask questions on the YouTube one. So if you have questions about stuff I'm talking about, don't be surprised. Because I'm probably sure we're gonna have some questions because I'm gonna be talking about a lot of weird things. Oh, this is kind of cool. Let me wave back to everybody who came in on Facebook because it's interesting. All right, so where I've been. Okay, so I've really haven't been anywhere. I've been right here in my house, not really gone anywhere. But what I have done is a lot of crazy stuff has come into my life. I've been incredibly busy with weirder things. But let me start back, I guess, from the beginning of this year. So beginning of this year, even before that. So in October of 2018, I'd gotten into real estate. I know a lot of you know that I talk about real estate, and I talk about real estate because I like real estate, but I also purchased my first investment property. This investment property is up in Riviera Beach. That's about an hour away from LA. I live in South Florida. And I got this thing, and I was all excited. I'm like, finally, I got myself an investment property. I've always wanted to have an investment property. That was the whole purpose of it, just getting investment property. And I was all excited from it. So I got this thing, and I really focused on getting it together. So with that, I also needed to get a a management company to help run it. It's a lot. It was a lot. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, oh, how bad can real estate be? I've seen HGTV. Oh, I can do that. Yeah, that's not how it works. Kind of, but not. So I just said, screw it. I'm just going to get into it and just go with it and do it. So I did that. And from that, I learned a lot. I learned a lot in like 3 or 4 months. And I also learned that even though I bought this, and let me tell you how I bought it, because I know a lot of people are like, well, how'd you afford this place? So I started looking at houses almost more than a decade ago. When my wife was still alive, we talked about always getting houses and doing that kind of stuff. That's something we both wanted to do in the long term. So we'd always try to save up for it. So we saved it to get this house. You see, well, kind of this house. You see my office. And we saved it for that. So we did that, got the house. Carla got sick. Lucas had his medical issues. Carla passed away. Lucas still has his medical issues. And I kept thinking, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't work any more jobs. I need to spend more time with Lucas. I need a way to build an income to come to me. And, my gaming business has been around forever, and it's been making me money, and I've been very happy with it. But at the same time, there are a lot of changes going on in the industry. Pathfinder announced they would be changing up, going to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Starfinder came out, and it didn't have the same kind of excitement that I thought it was going to have before. I thought it was going to be a little more sci-fi than fantasy, and that kind of like irked me a little bit. That's more of a personal choice. There's some things they did creatively I didn't like. It's not like it's a bad game, it just wasn't for me. So that's why I had a lot of people write stuff for Infinite Space stuff that I didn't really get excited about. Because I didn't really get excited. It didn't excite me like I thought it was going to. And then like 2nd edition Pathfinder was coming out, and I'd heard like some mediocre things about it, and I really didn't get a chance to read it myself because I wasn't really inspired because I was doing this other stuff. So I was like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And so I just said, screw it. I'm going to put this all in the back, and I'm just going to focus on doing the real estate thing. So that being said, I focused, all of 2000, then part of 2018, and the beginning part of 2019, just getting the house ready, getting it together, and getting a renter in. So I got a renter in. So March. We got our first renter in the place. So yes, at that moment, I was in real estate, really in real estate. And I found out what can go wrong in real estate really quick. Initially, we only had to do a little bit of work on the house. It was a beautiful house. People did a beautiful job on it. But then there are a lot of issues, they're outside of the purview of the inspection. Like I had to remove a septic tank from the yard. We knew it was there. I knew it was there when I bought the place. I thought we could just cover it up. No, they're like, no, you got to remove it. I was like, oh, so that was several thousand. Oh, the fence in the back needs to be put up. We need to fix this fence. Well, how much? This is gonna be a couple thousand. Oh, and it became more and more of stuff that I had to do for the house, and it really, I mean, it took a lot more than I thought it was gonna take. So much so that I got to a point where I was like, okay, screw this house. I want to sell it, get out of this. And it's like, no, no, this happens in real estate. This is very, very common. And it was kind of. And you got to just keep focusing on making the money and doing what's right. So I did that. Also, my parents moved back in with me in my house, and it's actually better for us because Lucas can see Lucas more often. It's just they're paying me a small rent to live here, no big deal, but it's something that they want to pay rent. I'm like, great, I can use the money for other stuff, which I use to help pay for the mortgage for other place. So I'm like, great. So it's money coming in, everything's going really kind of well. But once you get bit by the real estate bug, let me tell you, you really get bit by the real estate bug. And you're like, I don't want to stop buying houses. But I knew I didn't have any more money, but I spent really all my money on getting the first place in Riviera Beach. And I was like, how can I get more money? How can I get another place? Because it's true. When you are buying real estate, you don't just buy one house. It gets to you very quickly. You're like, oh, I can make money. And you can get a tax write-off. That's the other part that people never talk about. Like when you buy a house and you rent it out like I'm doing, there's some tax advantages to it, and there's some massively nice tax advantages. Like all the interest paid on the mortgage is tax deductible. But remember, I'm not paying the mortgage. So my renters are paying that mortgage. So all that money, even though it's coming from them, it's taxable off my taxes. So if you want to do the quick little math, let's say you're making your payments of $500 a month. We'll just say what that is. And when it starts out, you pay the most interest up front, and then it slides down over the 30 years you have your mortgage. Well, all that money they put in, that they pay me in rent, that covers the mortgage and everything, that I get to take off my taxes. So let's imagine that on month one, because this is how it does in this is how mortgages are crazy. These people are paying $500. So let's say 490 of it is all interest, and $10 goes to principal. And then next month it's $11 goes to, and they keep moving in sliding scale. That's how it works. But all that money they pay, that comes off your taxes. So quick math. If someone's paying me like $500 a month, $6,000 a year, $6,000 comes off my taxes of what I have to pay for tax. $6,000 comes off of my taxes, what I have to pay. That's not a bad deal. I own my own house, same kind of situation. So I get this. So all this money is tax deductible. So I got this one place that gives me the tax deductible. I got this one place that gives me money, that income coming in. I'm getting it kind of, what they say, on both ends. I'm like, this is great. And it is. Don't kid yourself, it is. But I wanted to buy a second investment property. I couldn't figure out how to do it. At this house, my one investment property, I'm like, well, how can I do it? I don't have any money. I used basically all the money I had, but almost all the money I had to buy that place in Riviera Beach. And it wasn't that much money, but it was still money. And they don't always tell you this. If you're doing an investment property, you have to put down 20%. So let's do the quick math. The house is worth $100,000. You got to put down $20,000 to cover it. And that's not even like the inspection cost, the insurance. That's just the money to pay for the house. And there's a ton of other stuff that gets attached to it, especially when you're getting a mortgage. But I'll get into that one later. And it can drive you crazy. So I wanted to buy another property, but I didn't have any money. So is a book near me? I'm lucky this book will be. Yeah. Okay. So while doing all this stuff, I can show you these two books. I'll show them. So I bought these two books. That's pretty good. I have both on both screens. Both of them are written by the same person, Brandon Turner. They run a website called Bigger Pockets, and it's a real estate website. It's very well known, very well respected. I did a lot of my research before I even really got seriously into this. Asked a lot of questions, and it's really just very interesting. And once again, buying houses are not complicated, but it's a lot of basic math. Pay attention to basic math. I mean, it's not like, oh, trigonometry. It's like basic math. Count the numbers, see if this works, see if it's balanced, and that's it. And they have a calculator that does a lot of stuff for you, which is great. And these two books were helping me out. So I kept saying, Well, I need to get money. I kept saying, how am I going to get money? How am I going to get money? How am I going to get money? I don't have any money. I want to buy a house. I don't get money. But I have a first house. I've had this house for over 10 years. I've been paying on this house for over 10 years. So this house is equity. The value of my house has gone up over time. The amount from what I own the mortgage to what it's worth is called the equity. I then said, hey, reading one of these books, they give me advice saying you can always draw out of your equity out of your house to buy real estate. And people were like, oh, you can't do that. Oh, no, no, no. Well, you actually can. I mean, people say that because, they've been told by one person, oh, you can't do that. And that's all they know. But realistically, what you do is you get a HELOC. This is where this comes to that. So the HELOC you get from the bank, they give you, it's a home equity line of credit. Basically what it is what people, they give you money for the equity in your house. You pay them back like another little loan. Okay, people say, well, you get the loan. It's not free money. Yes, it's a loan. But it's a loan to yourself, kind of. That's the way you got to look at it. But I'll tell you the second part of this in a second. So I got the loan. I got myself a very nice amount. I was like, wow, my house is worth that much? Amazing. So I got that money, and I said, hey, I got all this money. And which is cool because they give it to you like in cash. They're like, here's in your bank. It's like an ATM. You can use it for whatever you want. But remember, no matter what, you got to pay us back. And I was like, okay, gotcha. So I kept saying, well, I got to buy a house, got to buy a house, got to buy a house, got to buy a house. And I kept thinking, oh, maybe I'll buy another one at Riviera Beach. But I didn't get a good return on my money in the one at Riviera Beach. It's been almost a year I've had it, and it's only gone up like 2%, which is the average. But I'm like so greedy. And I'm like, oh, I do. But that's not how you look at it. You got to be smarter about it. So what I did was, let me go look somewhere else. And since I live in South Florida, I thought about looking around here, and I could find anything I could buy with cash. Because my idea was I'm going to buy everything cash 100%. Put the money down, buy the property, boom, we're going to be good. Because they all tell you that that's a great idea because that's going to be led to what I'm about to do. I'll tell you in a little bit. So I talked to my father about this, kicking the idea with him around, and he's like, hey, why don't you think about buying, further up Florida? How about Tallahassee? My dad went to school at Florida A&M, aka FAM, Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. It's a historical black university. It's in Tallahassee. Florida State, the world famous, like I can say world famous, Florida State and Seminoles are in Tallahassee. So they also have a community college, Tallahassee TCC, Tallahassee Community College there. It's all very, very close to each other. So it's like big college town, lots of college stuff, lots of rentals. Rentals are good because remember rentals, people need to rent. You go to school, you rent for a year. So I'm like, okay, let me look up there. Well, first off, looking up there, the houses are about like a half, if not a third of the price of the houses down here. And I'm like, wow. So if I got some good money, I can buy a house in cash, an actual real cash money. And I said, okay, let me see what I can do. So I looked at all places, I made some calls. Stuff was okay. And it was like, it was good and bad. There was some good stuff, but nothing really happened initially. Then I found this one place. I actually found two places. They literally were around the corner from each other. Like one's here, house, and the other one's like down there. They both were for sale. One was for $85,000. The other one was for $87,000. And I kept saying, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? They both looked okay. I mean, they needed some work, but they looked okay. They're good enough that people could move people in. There's not going to be a big deal. I knew I had to spend some money on it because any house you buy, you got to spend money on it. That's the way it works. So I was just like, okay, let's try it. So I made an offer on the second one, $85,000. Now, while reading my books, I just showed you those two books. The book on rental property investing and the managing rental properties. They both say kind of the same thing that I agree to 110%. Now I do. I didn't at the time. I was like, oh, I don't know. When I bought my first place, I didn't do it. But I didn't do it. I should have done it more. Yeah. By the way, so the first place, I'll just tell you the numbers because it doesn't really matter now. The first place they wanted $125,000 for it. I offered them $110,000. I knew it was less, but I was like, no, I don't want to get offended. So that's something that also realtors will tell you. Realtors will tell you you don't want to offend the buyer by giving them too low an offer. The thing they don't tell you is their money is determined from the buyer. They get paid from the buyer. So they want you kind of to pay the most you can because they're going to get paid more. If you pay less, they're going to be like, oh, that's not a good offer, and I won't bring that offer. Legally, all realtors have to bring the offer. They have to. It's legally. They don't have a choice to do that. They'll make it sound like they can't do it, but just say, look, dude, I know legally you have to do it. Just do it. And basically, it's I'm cutting their pay. They don't want to get their pay cut. I get it. But when you have cash, you can kind of do the same thing, but you do it even more extreme. So the standard that most people have told me, and I agree, that you should offer 30% of the value of the home that they're selling for. And I was like, wow, that's kind of low. So this house was for 85. So 30% would have been like $24,000 less, which would be about like 61,000. So I wasn't comfortable with that. I thought it was just too low. It was just too low. I didn't think they'd take me serious. But I said but I still want to make it a low offer. I want to do what I don't want to pay 85,000 for it. So what I did was I offered them 70,000, and even I was like, "Ooh, that's kind of low." I was like, "I'm from 70,000." Let me see. Let's see what they said. My realtor. Let me tell you about my realtor also before I get into this. My realtor's name is Will Davis. Will Davis is up in Tallahassee, and if you're looking for a guy to do home rental in Tallahassee, I can't say nicer things about Will. He's been really, really great. He's been incredibly helpful. Amazing realtor. And also, the best part is, I told him I was looking for houses. I was looking for investment properties. I'm an investor looking for long-term properties. I'd be buying several of them. And, I talked to him for a while, and he understood what I was looking for. And he was like, "Sure, I can help you with that. That's not a problem. I can get that for you." So I was like, "Okay, great. We can team up. We can do something." And that's kind of what you want. You want a good realtor who's going to say the right thing, which is, yes, I want to help you make money. So I also make money. But, I don't make money unless you make money. And he understood that. So that made it even better. So I told Will, "Hey, man, make the offer." He's like, 70,000. He's like, "Yeah, all right, no problem." Didn't even flinch. But sometimes you'll have realtors go, "Well, you might want to do 80. And did it. But like, no, but like 80. He was like, 70,000. All right, let's do this. Boom, 70,000. So I go, I make the offer for 70,000, and I'm waiting it's like a day and a half. It's like a day and a half a day. It wasn't very long, but it was enough time for me to go, "Oh, what am I? Oh my God, maybe they're gonna get all mad." Boom, offer comes back to me. They go, "They have a counter." I'm like, "Oh, great." Their counter was 75,000. Now see that? See what I just did? They wanted 85, offered 70. They came down to 75. They were willing to take 10 grand off the top. Like, whoop, no problem. 10 grand off the top, not a problem. Didn't think anything about it. I'm like, wow. I was surprised they'd go that low. I didn't, I was thinking in my head, oh, no one will do that. They'd only go like 80. But no, because here's the thing. Here's the thing that they don't tell you, and you just don't know, is they don't tell you. When you come with cash with a deal, you're a cash buyer. It's important to have cash because you should find out in real estate. Many houses get picked. Many houses like, "Ooh, it's a great house. I want to pick that. Ooh, I want to buy this house. Ooh, I want to buy." Happens all the time. That happens all the time in real estate. What also happens all the time in real estate is that deals never get made because the bank won't lend money, the money falls apart, and these people have to go back on the market. When you come with cash, you're like, it's like when you buy anything, I got cash. Oh, don't stop that. I can't get my cash. Boom. Okay, just a little cash. So, okay, boom. You come with cash, people are like, "Oh, I like cash. Cash is good." And you can ask for a discount if you come with cash. So that was a discount. So I, asked for 70,000. They came back 75. I said, "Okay, I'm going to counter back because I still don't want to pay 75. I thought it was too high." I'm like, "All right, I'll offer 73." I'm like, okay. 73. 73 was reasonable. We'll send it to them. They agreed it was reasonable. Boom, we're under contract. Shaking hands. Yay! Good moment. Now, this is the moment that gets interesting because I've got the money. Got the HELOC money. Boom. I was going to be paying for it in cash. And a lot of you are like, "Well, what's happened to the money you're going to pay in cash? You're still going to have, buy the thing, but you're still going to have that loan money." Yes, I am. But you're going to see something kind of cool in a second. This is the amazing part. So we also then said, "Okay, let's get an inspector over there. Let's see what the problem is. What's really going on with this place. Some other issues." So I get the inspector over there. They've got cloth wiring in the fuse box, which is totally out of code. You can't. That's how old the house was. This house was at least built in the 50s and hadn't been updated. It's like cloth wiring. This is so I had to pay to get that redone. The lawn had not been kept in months, so I had a guy come out there and he basically cut everything down. I mean, he cut it, made it clean. It looked a million times better. At the same time, my buddy Will, the realtor, he got me in touch with a management company up there, Brian. Brian has been amazing. They've been on it. They've been great. Unlike my other management company in Riviera Beach, who probably was going to get fired. They don't know that yet. I wish they were as good as Brian. I mean, holy cow, Brian is always on it, gets back, boom, 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 very quick. I like Brian. Please, Brian, don't mess up, Brian. I like you a lot, Brian. Don't mess up. I need you to be good. So Brian's doing very, very well doing that stuff. We get it all together. We come back to some issues. I go back to the people. I'm like, "Oh, these are some issues." And there's some issues. They're not bad issues, but they're like, okay, I can tell you out of pocket. So we did the cloth wiring, we did the lawn, the roof was okay, thank God. Needed some stuff inside. So all together, we're talking about 3 grand extra. But me, being who I am, I'm like, well, let me see if we can get some money out of these guys. Let me see if we can push it lower because we got the actual inspection back, and these are legitimate things that happen. So here's the best part: when people do inspections on your home, they're gonna they have to legally by law reveal it to the next person who might be buying. So if I don't like it, they still got to reveal the problems to the next buyer. The next buyer will be like, no, and they may have to go through the same hassle. But well, that happens sometimes. So I got the inspection. They weren't major, but I was like, I don't want to pay any more because I'm cheap, because I'm naturally cheap. And I said, well, let's counter. Let's counter with them. I went to him. I said, let's counter with 66,000 because after we've seen, just bring it down to 66. Until then, we get a very quick response. And until it's like, look, man, this is a great deal. We're giving you like 13,000 less because we'll go down to 72. But that's as far as we're gonna go. That's it. That's it. And I'm like, all right, it wasn't it wasn't a real big deal. But I'll take the $1,000 you're gonna give me extra. I was gonna pay it anyway. So, but if you're gonna save me some money, I'm a winner. So I'll take that money. I'm good. So I took the money, boom, put it away. So I bought the place for $72,000. All right. Now we're going to talk about the whole mortgage thing. So when I bought the house, I plan to put people in there to rent it out. And I know the rent was for the area. I know it should be how much money I'd make on the rent, my profit after all my stuff is paid, my expenses for the property management, the repair, vacancy, capex, and management. Yeah, management. Oh yeah, if you want to know a quick little formula, repair and vacancy should be up 5% of the value of the rent amount you're getting. Management will run anywhere between 8 to 10%. Just assume 10, that's realistic. 10% of the cost of the amount you're renting for. And capex, capital expenditures, your roof, refrigerators, that kind of stuff. Pull 10% of your rental every month and just put that away. So that's 30% you're getting from that you just put aside and for repairs. So if something goes wrong with the house, that's what money's for. The house is vacant, but that's what that money's for. You put that money away, you don't touch it. And whatever is left from that, the principal, you take that money and put it in your pocket. Now a lot of people will be like, well, how much money is that really? So on the property up there, I'm making a whopping $120 something a month. I know a lot of you are like, wait, you spent all that money and all you're getting is 120. It's like, yeah, that's all I'm getting. Because once again, what did I talk about before? I'm not just getting the property, which is great, which I am. I'm also getting the tax advantages. Remember the tax advantages? All that people, well, you'll see that's what even better this time. So because I paid in cash, I don't really get the same tax advantages, but you'll see why it's going to be awesome in a second. So I get the house, I get the property, I own it, it's mine, free and clear, boom. Then, because of this book, and I think a little bit of this one, the No Money Down book. They have a No Money Down book. I'll put it up so you guys can see it. No Money Down. It's a great book. A lot of information. I'm still not done with it. As you can see, I'm partially into it. But a lot of stuff that's in there is also in rental property investing. So, if you own a house outright. Oh yeah, by the way, the house I bought this house for $72,000. We got it all settled and everything. Well, we never got the house appraised. But based on the appraisal of the other houses in the neighborhood, this house is probably worth on the high end, $100,000. On the low end, about like $92,000, $93,000. This will be important in a second. So since I bought the house below market cost, I also got to, I got to get it appraised because what I'm going to do is they call it cash on cash refi. So what is a cash on cash refi? If you do not know what a cash on cash refi is, it's basically me figuring out a way to get the money that I spent on the house back to me. So since I own the property outright and I spent the money for it, I can go to a bank and say to a bank and go, hey, I have this amazing property that I own 110%, which I do. I would like to get a loan on this property. And most banks, depending where you go, will go, sure, we'd love to do that. Honestly, we can only give you, and this is the important part, between 70 to 80% of the value of the home. Some places it's 70, some places it's 80, some places even 90. But that's like crazy. I always thought that was crazy that some do 90, but you can get 75. 75 is realistic. So I told them I have the house. Here's my paperwork. I bought it. It's mine. I own. Da da da. They go, okay. Well, you fill all this paperwork, and there's a lot of paperwork. Oh my God, I hate this part. I hate this part with a passion. Like you have no idea how much I hate this part. So I filled out the paperwork. send it to Michelle. Michelle's really handling the loan. They get all the information. Da, da, da. And I said, hey, Michelle, I've been looking at this property. I bought this property on the market. I want to get as much as I can get, the value of the house out of it. She's like, well, how much money do you really need to get? Here's the fun part. I'm like, I need to get this house to be worth roughly about like $94,000 because you guys give me 75%. So I'm going to do this little math in my calculator. I know what the answer is, but I'm going to do it, make it look like the drama I'm doing here. So I'm hoping the house is worth $94,000. And we know the bank can loan me 75% of that. So times 0.75. That means if the house comes back at a value being worth $94,000, the bank will give me a loan for $70,000. Sorry, $70,500. Now remember, the house cost me $72,000 plus another $3,000 I said for the other repairs. So boom, so $75,000 all in. But I'm going to get a mortgage that they're going to give me let's say 71,000 because I just don't want to waste time with math. 71,000 for the value of the house, and I have a mortgage on it. So I paid 75. They're giving me 71. I'm gonna be down $4,000. But remember, I have a tenant in there, and every month I'll be making 100. Oh no, I won't. Before I even jump on that, the number that I've assumed for what they're paying for the mortgage, I didn't include having a mortgage because I was just getting money for myself because I didn't need a mortgage. So I was just getting money for them. That was, and to say on a typical, we use some quick numbers. On a typical $1,000 rental property, realistically, I'll say 80 to 90% of the money goes to paying off the mortgage and the capex, all that stuff. Boom. While you get like whatever's left. So that could be anywhere between 150 to 100 bucks. That's very, very common. That's very reasonable. That's not anything horrible. It's actually a really good deal. So remember what I said. I'm going to get the money, 71,000 from the bank. I'm going to pay back the HELOC I have. Because the HELOC I have is like, oh, we still got to pay this back. Well, the HELOC, I go from owing 75,000 to 4,000. And technically, you have to usually wait 6 months before you do this because they call it seasoning in the business. I think it's hilarious they call it seasoning. So you usually have to wait 6 months from when you buy it to when you ask for the loan. Because most people are like, well, you just got it, da, da, da. And most banks don't want to give you that. And some credit unions are the same way. But Michelle, they didn't care about that. They said, you got some property, we got some money, let's do some deals. So I'm in the process of finishing up it right now. They're going to be doing the appraisal was supposed to go out the 4th, but we might be having a hurricane. Well, they might be having a hurricane up there, so I don't know about that. But there will be an appraisal going out to look at the house. Once the house gets appraises, and we're guessing the price will be somewhat like we said, I'll be getting this $70,000, well, $71,000, and it'll be given to me in a check in cash. Boom. I then will go pay my HELOC with that, and the remaining amount I will pay as I would from the profits I make on this stuff. The actual payments that were coming in normal, those are going to be going to a principal and interest that I'll be paying on that. So the people running the place will be paying for that. I get my tax write-off. So now I have an income generating property that cost me, well, let's keep it. That cost me, I'll be honest, let's say it cost me $4,000 to get. So for $4,000, I got an income generating property that I now get income for the next X amount of years as long as I have it. Tax write-off, monthly rent, plus I get to increase my actual net worth. Very simple, very easy, very amazing. Sounds great, right? Right. Well, here's the one problem. See, I've already bought, now I have 2 investment properties. You know what's better than 2 investment properties? Yeah, I know what you're all thinking. 3 investment properties, which is true. And once again, I got the bug again. Now, remember, I'd already spent $75,000 to get that first place. And I was waiting to get back the money. I'm still waiting to get back the money from that HELOC to secure that. But while I'm doing that, I decided to look at another place. I know you're like, dude, what's wrong with you? You sound like some kind of addict. Yes, this is how it starts. They don't tell you this when you get into real estate, that it is very addictive. Real estate is very addictive, like very addictive. So I was looking for places, and then I found this one place. Now, this place was on the market It was $50,000. Also in Tallahassee, same neighborhood, same, well, not same, well, similar. Very, actually, it's closer than my other property. My other property is probably a half a mile away. This place is like a quarter of a mile away. And I'm like, oh, okay. Looks nice. The pictures were great. The pictures were really great. I was like, wow, these took some great pictures. And I'm like, all right, let me see. And it went on the market like two Fridays ago. But I looked at this place and I'm like, wow, this is a great place. Now, the price they had it listed was $49,500. That's right, $49,500. And I'm like, that's a really good price for places around here, but those places here are a little more expensive. And I'm like, that's a really good price. And the pictures look really nice. And my realtor had not seen the place. And then he also said, this is also the guy be like, I think I'll do it. He goes, the guy's like, I'll read it to you. Great starter home near FSU, FAM campus, just close commute away. Home is an open field concept, which it kind of does. Large fenced-in backyard. Important. That's always a good thing. $2,000 appliance allowance with approved offer. So he's going to give me $2,000 to put appliances in because they didn't have a stove and they didn't have a refrigerator. But if he's going to give me $2,000 for that, that's great. That's money I don't spend in my pocket. That's amazing. I'll think that's great. So I said, okay. He says, great. I'll make him an offer. Now, I kind of broke my cardinal rule. Remember I said before, we make offers, it should be like 30% off. I didn't make another offer at 30% because I was like, I don't want to offend the guy. I'll go down to 40. And I'm like, I'll do 40 cash. Now here's the part that some of you are. I don't actually have 40,000. Remember, I told you I'm still waiting. I haven't got that money yet. I don't have that money yet. That money's not in my hand. And I'm like, yeah. And now my realtor also knows what's going on. He's like, hey man, you're HELOC. I'm like, yeah, I know, but we can still time it. He's like, oh, we can time it. Yeah, we can time it so that I'll get my HELOC money. I'll pay for that. I'll have money still in the HELOC to buy this place. And it's like, wow, that's a crazy idea. So then my realtor goes out and looks at the place. Place has got some issues. It's got some issues. They're not horrible issues, but enough issues to go, But no roof issues. Whew. I looked at another property. There was foundation and roof issues. I was like, and the place was actually, great price, but it's like, no, I wouldn't have done that. That's a too big one. But I'm like, this one doesn't have foundation, didn't have roof. I'm like, okay, well, that's important. Those are two very important. But there's also still issues. It's like, it's a little bit of older house. I got to see what's going on inside. But I can't do that until I get an inspection. But I've already made an offer and the guys accepted. Oh, I didn't tell you that part yet. So I made an offer of $40,000. They accepted $40,000. And I'm like, oh, but you haven't really done the inspection. And I'd already put it out there. And then my guy went to go see it. Then we found out some stuff. We're like, it's not bad. It's not bad stuff, but it is going to cost some money. Not a lot of money, but money. Not real money, but money. Like I said. Oh, by the way, if you're ever wondering, every time you do buy a house or something like that, naturally assume you're gonna need work. Even if people say, oh, it's perfect, it never is. It's a setup. It's a total setup. So put figure out another extra $5,000. That's what you're gonna have to pay to get the thing up to par, and that usually happens. And I can tell you, for my two places, yeah, $5,000 is very reasonable. What it's gonna cost. It's amazing when you find out what things cost. You just assume $5,000. You'll feel better and do it into your costs and that whole thing. So I'm like, okay, 40,000, okay. But then my agent tells me one thing that says, hey, by the way, don't forget, once we get the inspection of this place, we can beat them up on some stuff because here's some stuff that's not working. You can always walk away with the cash. You don't have to buy it, but you have to get the inspection. You got to look at it. You got to see all the stuff. So you can make a proper opinion. I'm like, okay, that's reasonable. That's not crazy. That's reasonable. So the inspection is next week. So we're hoping that the inspection comes back. There's some issues I must deal with. Oh yeah, one of the issues. Here's an issue. And I'm still like, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it because of this issue. When my realtor went there, he did not find a HVAC unit in there. If you don't know what HVAC is, that's the AC and the heating for the home. Now this is a home in Florida. For it not to have any HVAC is like, are you kidding me? Who stayed in a place with no HVAC? That's impossible. So maybe we're hoping that it's actually missing. The realtor didn't see it. Checked the entire place out, didn't see it, couldn't find it. So I'm like, okay, that's disturbing. So we're hoping it's not a problem, but the inspector will check it out, make sure we have an HVAC. If the HVAC is missing, that means I'm gonna have to put an HVAC in. An HVAC is gonna cost money, real money, not super much money. I put one in for my house. My house is what, 2.5 times bigger than this place that I'm buying, and I know what that thing cost me. And I was like, ooh, I'm so glad I had cash for that. That was a ooh, had to pimp myself out to get that one. That was crazy. I had to do what I had to do for those dollars. So yeah, that was difficult. That was difficult. But with all that said, got it done. So we're hoping it comes back. I'm hoping it comes back. There's an issue. I'm hoping this appraisal comes back great, and then you can renegotiate, because that's something they don't ever tell you. Like, you can always renegotiate, and you don't have to take anyone's final offer as being a final offer. You can always walk away. At this point, if we can't meet an agreement, which I'm sure we're going to find a way to meet an agreement. I think we're going to find a way to make an agreement. They think we're going to find a way to make an agreement, because they want the money. They want to sell this thing. And, to put it bluntly, this thing got 271 views. And it's only been on the market for 7 days. It's only been 7 days. It was last week. Wow. Only on the market for 7 days. And I got it like 22 hours in the first day. And I made an offer and I closed that place up. And they told me they already had tons of offers to people, but not all cash. See? And they don't want to blow my offer away, even though I was like, oh, that's right. Because I told them, oh, I don't think I told you that part. So yeah, so they came back. I tried to offer them like, hey man, this thing's got some problems. We're gonna need to go down to 30,000. And they were like, we're not going down to 30,000. I'm like, all right, well, we got to do this inspection. But I know if I find some stuff in the inspection, I'm gonna take my money and walk. And they said, okay, we're gonna wait. That's why we're waiting for the inspection. So we're hoping the inspection is good on both sides, because I don't want to have to beat them up for an extra 5 to 10 grand. While at the same time, I don't want them to get extra money that I have to pay out to build a HVAC. I don't want to build an HVAC. Who wants to build an HVAC? That's expensive and time consuming. And it's August. I want students in this place now because they're going to be going to class. And there's some kids right now who haven't found places to go in. So I think we can get somebody in there quickly. We can make some money on this deal. And once again, but here's the difference with this one. So remember the cash on cash refi I did in the first one? I'm going to wait on this one. I'm going to wait for the traditional season. So that means I got to wait 6 months. Plus, because it gives me time to really just calm down and just look at the money that's being made. Because even if I say, hey, I don't want to refinance it, I get somebody in there, still paying off the money, still getting the stuff, still stuff coming in, it's all good. I'll still be paying it off with their payments. I'll just, it's a choice of, do you want to pay the bank, or you pay, or you want to pay your HELOC. Either way, I'll get to a point where it's good for me, and then I'll decide what's the best way to go about it. So yeah, so that's where the problem is. I've been working on buying houses. So for the last, 6, 8, 10 months, I've been doing this. And while doing this, I haven't been working on anything really for LPJ Design. I've been putting out little things, but I really have been focused. But I know that I'm taking a break. Hey, Michelle. I know that I'm taking a break. So I said, okay, I'm taking a break. Let's go back and do some work. So I'm going to be doing some work, just some stuff that I want to do. So I'm going to do some stuff for, this is the more boring part for all my friends who are not interested in the business stuff. This is more of me, the gaming and geeky stuff. So you can not pay attention to this stuff. But I'm going to start doing some stuff for Means and Masterminds. I've been kicking up stuff at the M&M website, Green Ronin's really Facebook page, and talking about stuff we're doing. Poor Mark Hart, who's going to be writing a lot of stuff. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff he's going to be writing. He doesn't even realize it yet. But I'm trying to build this superhero universe very much like a comic book, because it really is going to be my comic book universe. So it's one of the things I'm planning to do this. If it works out well, we're going to make comic books out of this. I've always planned that. I've always wanted to do that. These are the same characters for it. I've built the entire universe. I got it all together. It's all ready to go. I just got to get it all ready to go. So here we are. So that's it. Yeah. So real estate guy, I'm going to get if everything works out, I'll have my 3rd investment property. If you want to follow my house, I'll have 4 investment properties. If anyone's ever interested in that kind of stuff, let me tell you, it is not as scary as you think it is. It's actually quite easy to do. I'm disturbed how easy it was. So yeah, I'll show you this book again. I'll show you this one. This is the starting book. It's a great starting place. Brandon Turner, biggerpockets.com. The guys who actually have the website. Go there. You can sign up for free. You can learn some stuff. Their calculators are more the advanced stuff. But if you buy this book, you follow what they say, you can buy a house. I bought a house. I bought 2 houses using their methods. They're not super complex. They're actually quite smart. And it's very, very funny. You find out quickly in real estate. Real estate is a very boring, boring thing, and it's slow. But if you wait over time, you can do very, very well. I mean, like I said, this is. I plan to. I don't think a lot of people know this, but I plan to buy one property in 2018, one property in 2019, and then one property in 2020. And then, like in 2021, I was going to buy three, and then 22, I was going to buy five, and go from there. But honestly, if you know what you're doing, and even though I can't actually, I know what I'm doing, but I don't know what I'm doing. But I know what I'm doing. I've asked enough questions. You can buy more than that. The cash on cash refi is what really made it for us. Well, us is me and Lucas, but us. If I had to wait 6 months, I would have waited 6 months. It didn't want to cost me anything. That I pay the insurance up front and I pay the taxes when I bought the thing. So, there was no big money to pop up anywhere. So it's like, oh, okay, here's the stuff, boom. And now I just rent it out. And then my management handles that and I just sit and wait. And that's kind of what it is. And you talk to your management as much as you can to keep them going and get them interested. You get one property, they care about you because you got one property. It's like having one product to sell. You're important, but you're not important. But you got two properties, three properties. Oh, then you become a little more important because they know you got properties. They're making money with them. They're making money with you, so they want to have a good relationship. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm trying to get to that point with Brian and Belly's up in Tallahassee that this happens. And I must say, I'm fascinated even more so about real estate. I mean, don't get me wrong. Watch the Home Garden channel; those are interesting. Those things they're all unrealistic, but it's for TV. But I'll give you some basic understanding of what to do. Like I say, flip or flop. Flip or flop is kind of interesting because they do stuff that's don't pay attention. The prices, don't pay attention to that, but pay attention to the tactics, what they use to buy and sell, and how they talk to the thing, and what they expect to see, and what you can do to help make yourself a little bit more money. And because so many people get in these places, they get in this thing like, well, why would you buy this place? I would never live here. It's not for you to live there. It's for someone else to live there. You want to make it nice enough for someone else to live there. Like the plan is the house that I just bought. Actually, the one I'm not currently in the middle of, the one I've already bought. We're probably going to rip up the carpet. There's carpet in there. There's carpet in the bedroom, and I'm like, we got to rip up the carpet, and we got to put down probably some vinyl planking floors. I'm hoping to do that quickly before school starts, or next year in the middle of school, because then I'll get that money back from the taxes, and that's what we do. Like, oh, this house will get vinyl plank, flooring. Ta-da! The kitchen will get, the house is getting painted. The interior of the house is getting painted. But I don't know if I'm gonna have the money to do vinyl plank 4. Vinyl plank 4 on the place we're looking for. What was it, like $5 square foot? Oh, that's including labor too. So it's close to $4,000, and I don't feel like giving out $4,000 like that. I just spent $3,000 on this. So remember I told you I estimate $5,000. See how it happens. So I might wait until the following year and just deal with it accordingly. Plus, you don't want carpet in your place. Basically, ruin carpet, But that's what eventually will happen. It's going to be bad. I'm going to rip it up, put vinyl plank down. I do probably when people are outside of it. We'll paint the interior again. Cost you a little bit of money, but boom. And then we got a fresh, new smelling apartment with lovely vinyl plank pours. And then, like, each year, you keep doing little updates to the place and make it look nice and keep you up place. And people are like, oh, that's great. I love it. And that's what you do. And that's it. That's what I've been doing. And so, the money I make from that kind of stuff, I'm going to be able to do bigger projects for Louis Porter Jr. Design, and also spread out and do other stuff. So I'm very thankful that while difficult it has been and stressful it has been, and while I've kind of, I've not been online as much or on Facebook. Oh yeah, but I'm on Instagram. So also another part. If you watch me on Facebook, I keep my Facebook stuff to be more fun, business related, fun, personal stuff. My Instagram is really all about business and business and business. So if you want to learn more about my real estate stuff, what I'm doing, it's like that, go to Instagram. My Instagram name, it's Louis Porter Jr. Design, or at Louis Porter Jr. Design, Louis Porter Jr. Design. Go there, you can see my stuff. Come, follow me because I put a lot up. So yeah, I'm on that gram doing that stuff, putting those inspirational pictures. But if you have any questions, feel free. I'm also going to be expanding there because there's some projects I want to do that the real estate's help me generate money. That's the other part, generate money. And I keep saying maybe I'll do a Kickstarter, but I'm not doing a Kickstarter. I just keep saying that. Oh my God, it's almost 3:00. Oh, and by the way, yeah, the hurricane. I've been watching my hurricane. There it is. Okay, refresh. Let me see where the hurricane is now, because before it looks like it was turning. I hope it's still turning. Is this the same one? This is like the same one. Let me see. No, this is one at 2 o'clock. All right. So yeah, so if you're curious, it's still a Category 4. The winds are 150 miles an hour, gusts to 185, which is dangerous. Um, yeah, it's moving slow. It's like 8 miles an hour. And how far is it from us? It's pretty far. It's like it's on the other side of the Bahamas. And the problem is the cone is still like yay wide. But honestly, unless it hooks straight down, which it doesn't look like it's doing, it's like it's moving more up. It's probably going to hit. Well, it probably won't even hit us directly. It'll be indirect, but it looks like it's going to be like West Palm Beach, St. Port Lucie, Palm Bay, and of course I have friends up there, so I'm worried about them. But at the same time, it's like, whew, it doesn't like we're going to get a direct hit. Yeah, unless it takes a very odd turn down to us, we might be scathed some of that, because I don't want to put up the shutters for my house. I was thinking about doing it at 2 o'clock, but I was like, I don't know now, because now it's like waffling a little bit. So I'm gonna see what the 8 o'clock one at night says. I'm sure they'll be a little closer. If it's down, there'll be a problem. But if it's up, that's pretty good. So we're hoping for up. Let's hope for up. As it moves up, maybe miss a lot of people's stuff. Nobody have to worry. Bahamas maybe avoid getting hit. Should be great. But I just have to hope and pray. All right, that's it. I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna go relax and do some more research. So yeah, so if you, I guess it's really, if you want to know more about real estate, give me a call or put me on Facebook here or ask some questions. As usual, I always have interesting stuff I'll tell you, because I like talking a lot. God knows I can jibber jabber all day long. All right, that's it. Thank you also for watching on Facebook and on YouTube. As always, if you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you all later.